Let me ask you, what is your standard that you use to determine blight?
The standard.
Yeah, because they give you facts, but what are the standards that you use? Do you have like a sheet or some other kind of measures that you use that when you get facts, you look at them in terms of those measures and you say, okay, bingo, it has measured up to a designation of blight,
yes.
or bingo, it has not measured up
yes.
to a designation of blight?
No, we use the standard that's set forth in the UDC Act, which is that an area be determined to be substandard and insanitary, and we have always maintained in litigation that it is not a static kind of measurement that can be reduced to specific criteria on a sheet of paper, because it has to do with a number of different factors in various environments.
I don't understand what you're saying. So what I'm trying to get at is ways that you can assure the public, which is in great doubt right now, that your decisions are on the merits, because there's questions about it. As per the decision.
Are you asking if there's a checklist?
No, and I told you no.
For your checklist.
There's no checklist. That's what I was saying.
Okay. So who is a part of the team that looks at the study, the facts of the study, and says, okay, I looked at the study, I looked at the study, I looked at the study, and they all sort of agree? I mean, is it one individual that helps, that reviews the study and makes the determination? Is it a team?
No. Well, I'll tell you that when the study is completed, the blight study itself goes into the package of materials that go to our board of directors, and that is part of the analysis that the directors use to make their determination of whether or not a project is blighted. Let me just explain, though, to you that historically, you know, UDC was created in 1968, and this language in our statute has always been there. For the early years of UDC, when we did housing projects, we did take property by condemnation with the same language, and we did not use any kind of blight study. The blight studies have evolved over time based on our view that it was appropriate and proper to document empirically a condition of a neighborhood, that was much better than simply making a conclusory statement in board materials that we have found an area to be blighted. And so we view these studies as a way of having documentation regarding a neighborhood in an area, such that we give our board better information on which to make the determination.
Let me end on a personal note. Sitting here on 125th Street, walking around this building, seeing some of the names and the icons from this community, listening to the people from ESDC speak. On April 4th, 1968, when Martin King was assassinated, our governor, Nelson Rockefeller, a liberal Republican, in the memory and to continue the legacy of Martin, he created the Urban Development Corporation, which now is the Empire State Development Corporation. There were great hopes and great dreams and visions of what UDC was supposed to be. I remember that. As a young kid in Brooklyn who went south in the civil rights movement, met with Dr. King, worked with FCLC for many times. Today, this agency, in the name of Martin Luther King and Nelson Rockefeller, is doing exactly the opposite of what the UDC was supposed to be set up for. UDC was supposed to be set up in the memory of Dr. King in order to clear, quote, slum areas and create affordable housing for low-income people and people of color. Now take a look at what's happening here in West Harlem, 180 degrees opposite. And no one, except you, Senator, is up there yelling and screaming and speaking and doing the things within the system that we're taught to do to try to bring justice and fairness to the people in this community. And so I commend you for your walking alone. It's not easy to do what you do, especially when the elected officials from the great Charlie Rangel, to the Borough President Scott Stringer, to local City Councilman Bob Jackson, go the other way. But you've always gone the right way and the left way, and in the context of that, we applaud you, and we're here today not only to talk about these issues, but we're here in tribute to you, to give you the courage and support to continue this fight, because when all is said and done, this is a civil rights issue of the 21st century. Thank you.